Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I appreciate you being a viewer. I appreciate you being a subscriber. Welcome to our channel. The President of the United States is speaking right now about the importance of the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. Let's just jump in right now and listen to live comments, and I'll highlight them for you. I'll analyze them for you from the President of the United States, Joe Biden. This is breaking news. Let's listen.
So on Inauguration Day, I directed my administration to extend nationwide restrictions on evictions and foreclosures. These crises are straining the budgets of states and cities.
President Biden is talking about the executive order that he signed extending the eviction moratorium until the 31st of March. This is not to be confused with the unemployment benefits extension proposal, which is intended to extend unemployment benefits through September, but that's a proposal. This is an executive order that extended the eviction moratorium until the 31st of March.
Provide emergency funding to keep these essential workers on the job and maintain essential services. Look, it will also help small businesses that are the engines of our economic growth. When you say small business, most people think the major corporate entities are the ones that hire everybody. These small businesses are the glues that hold, and they're important, but these small businesses that hold the community, the glue that hold these communities together. They are hurting badly, and they account for nearly half of the entire U.S. workforce. Nearly half. Our rescue plan will provide flexible grants to help the hardest hit small businesses survive the pandemic, and low-cost capital to help entrepreneurs of all backgrounds create and maintain jobs, plus provide essential goods and services that communities so desperately depend on. Look, our recovery plan also calls for an increase in the minimum wage.
I did detailed videos about the $15 federal minimum wage proposal from President Biden, and definitely check out our channel for the pros and cons of the $15 an hour minimum wage.
Above the poverty line. We have so many millions of people working 40 hours a week, working, and some with 2 jobs, and they're still below the poverty line. Our plan includes access to affordable child care. That's going to enable parents, particularly women, to get back to work. Millions who are not working now because they don't have that care. All told, the American Rescue Plan would lift 12 million Americans out of poverty and cut child poverty in half. That's 5 million children lifted out of poverty. Our plan will reduce poverty in the Black community by 1/3 and reduce poverty in the Hispanic community by almost 40%. I look forward to working with members of Congress of both parties to move quickly to get this American Rescue Plan to the American people. And then we can move with equal urgency and bipartisanship to the second step of our economic plan, to build back better, the recovery plan. It's a plan that's going to make historic investments in infrastructure, manufacturing.
The original objective of the Biden administration is to pass some stimulus relief now and then focus on a larger infrastructure plan, a much larger, more significant infrastructure plan, everyone, because the infrastructure plan will allow the building of roads, the building of bridges. Let's get back to the president.
For example, on Inauguration Day, I directed my administration to pause student loan repayments for interest for the interest payments for Americans with federal student loans until at least September. So they're not going to have to pay till September. They still pay the bill as it stands now, but they will not accrue interest, and they don't have to begin to pay until September. And we may have to look beyond that, I might add. Today, I'm signing an executive order that directs the whole of government, a whole of government effort to help millions of Americans who are badly hurting. It requires all federal agencies to do what they can do to provide relief to families.
Very aggressive action, everyone, from the Biden administration. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. A lot of executive orders, over 30 executive orders have been signed by President Biden, and 10 of them undid the things that Trump had done, and 20 were brand new executive orders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's get back to the live stream.
Black and Latino households in America report They do not have enough food to eat. That includes nearly 30 million adults and as many as 12 million children. And again, they're in this situation through no fault of their own. It's unconscionable. The American Rescue Plan provides additional emergency food and nutrition assistance for tens of millions of children and families to address this crisis. But families literally can't wait another day. As a result of the executive order I'm going to shortly sign, the Department of Agriculture will consider taking immediate steps to make it easier for the hardest hit families to enroll and claim more generous benefits in the critical food and nutrition assistance area. This is going to help tens of millions of families, especially those who can't provide meals for their kids, who are learning remotely at home, are not receiving the regular meal plan.
A lot of the things that the president is talking about are things that are part of his American Rescue Plan. So the president is continuing to make a case for it so that he can build up the pressure on both sides of the aisle to get something done quickly. This is this is something the country needs. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. But again, these are parts of the American Rescue Plan that President Biden has already put out there.
Then you find out there's a high risk of you getting infected with COVID-19 because of your condition. You and your loved ones have ever even greater risk of death and serious illness because of the pre-existing conditions. So you turn it down. Right now, if you did that, you could be denied unemployment insurance because you're offered a job, you didn't take it. It's wrong. No one should have to choose between their livelihoods and their own health or the health of their loved ones in the middle of a deadly pandemic. Because of the executive order I'm about to sign, I expect the Department of Labor to guarantee the right to refuse employment that will jeopardize your health, and if you do so, you'll still be able to qualify for the insurance. That's a judgment the Labor Department will make. Look, there are just two consequential ways that the action I'm taking today will help people in need. Another way to help approximately 2 million veterans maintain their financial footing by pausing federal collections on overpayments and debts. Another makes sure that federal contractors who are receiving taxpayers' dollars provide their workers with the pay and benefits they deserve. These are places where federal tax dollars are administered, are being made available to build things from ships to staircases. And the federal government lets the contract, and we're going to make sure that they buy American and are made in America. And here's another. Right now, there are up to 8 million people that are eligible for direct payments from the CARES Act and a relief bill passed in December. They're entitled to those payments, but there's not an easy way for those folks to access them. So we're making it a priority today to fix that problem and get them relief they're entitled to. Look, I'm going to close and summarize this way. A lot of America is hurting. The virus is surging. We're 400,000 dead.
I'm actually curious to see if President Biden takes questions because I think that would tell us a whole lot more. But let's see.
Again, we need to act. No matter how you look at it, we need to act. If we act now, our economy will be stronger in both the short and long run. That's what economists left, right, and center are telling us. Both liberal and conservative will be better and stronger across the board. If we act now, we'll be better able to compete with the world. If we act now, we'll be better able to meet our moral obligations to one another as Americans. I don't believe the people of this country just want to stand by and watch their friends, their neighbors, coworkers, fellow Americans go hungry, lose their homes, or lose their sense of dignity and hope and respect. I don't believe that, especially in the middle of a pandemic that's so weakened and wreaked so much havoc and caused so much pain on America. That's not who we are. The bottom
I don't know if our viewers and subscribers caught this, but President Biden said that over 600,000 of our fellow Americans will be dead by the time this pandemic is over. That's what he said. Over 600,000.
Democrats or Republicans are going hungry and losing jobs. I believe Americans are going hungry and losing their jobs. And we have the tools to fix it. We have the tools to get through this. We have the tools to get this virus under control and our economy back on track. And we have the tools to help people. So let's use the tools, all of them. Use them now. So I'm going to sign this executive order, but let me conclude again by saying, folks, this is one of the cases where business, labor, Wall Street, Main Street, liberal, conservative economists know we have to act now, not only to help people who are in need now, but to allow us to be in a competitive position worldwide and be the leader of the world economy in the next year and 2 and 3 and going forward. So thank you. I'm going to sign this executive order.
Folks, it's been over 30 executive orders that the president has signed. 30 executive orders in 3 days. I'm about to release another video on our channel where I'll give you a review of all the executive orders. But this is a lot of things happening very quickly. In case you're just joining us, you're watching a live stream of President Biden talking about a new executive order and more stimulus relief.
Protecting the federal workforce. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, do you support Mitch McConnell's timeline for a February impeachment trial?
I haven't heard the detail of it, but I do think that having some time to get our administration up and running, I want to thank the Senate for passing out our Secretary of Defense. Looks like our Secretary of Treasury. Looks like our Secretary of State's in place. So the more time we have to get up and running and meet these crises, the better. Thank you.
So folks, this was, I don't know, guys, I don't know if you caught that, everyone, but that was breaking news. In case you didn't catch it, I'll break it down for you right now. That right there was breaking news. So folks, the breaking news is that President Biden basically said that he's in favor of delaying the impeachment trial, everyone. And he said he's in favor of delaying the impeachment trial so that his nominees can get a little bit more time to be up and running, because those nominations are done by the United States Senate. He specifically said the more time we have to get up and running to meet this crisis, the better. And he does appear to endorse a pause before the Senate trial. And he said the more time we have to get up and running, the better. And he said we will not let people go hungry. We cannot let people be evicted because of nothing they did themselves. We cannot watch people get evicted. We cannot let people be evicted because of nothing they did themselves. We cannot watch people lose their jobs, and we have to act. Those are comments from President Biden. In fact, I want to show you that specific segment, folks. This happened a few minutes ago, but let's take a look at this specific segment here, and highlight that for everyone. Let's play this segment.
Sometimes the anxiety about what's going to happen next is more consequential than what actually happened. But this is happening today in America. And this cannot be who we are as a country. These are not the values of our nation. We will not let people go hungry. We cannot let people be evicted because of nothing they did themselves. They cannot watch people lose their jobs, and we have to act. We have to act now. It's not just to meet the moral obligation to treat our fellow Americans with the dignity and respect they deserve. This is an economic imperative, a growing economic consensus that we must act decisively and boldly to grow the economy for all Americans, not just for tomorrow, but in the future. Sometimes the anxiety about what's going to happen next is more.
So, folks, that is the news, everyone. And as this news is coming in, I can tell you that essentially the battle for the Biden administration has just begun. you'll see this tweet on your screen. The Texas Attorney General sues the Biden administration over its 100-day deportation pause. So, folks, the battles between the Republicans and the Democrats are just beginning, and we have the Biden administration trying to get all its nominees confirmed by the Senate, which is happening right now, because that needs to happen before the Biden administration can get any work done. After that, we have the impeachment trial, and then we have a small thing that they need to focus on called stimulus relief for the American people. I'm being facetious. Obviously, it's not a small thing. I hope you folks learned something new from this video. I'm going to release another video on more information about the about the $15 an hour minimum wage. I'm also going to be releasing a video highlighting the 30 executive orders that have been done by President Biden, and I have some important messages for you in a couple of minutes. But let me see if any of you have any comments here. I'd love to see a few of your comments, everyone, before I review everything. But yeah, folks, I'm going to review your comments real quick for a couple of minutes, like I said, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave you with some messages. So let me check one or two comments from our beloved community. Give me just a moment. There's definitely a lot of work going on, folks, with the Biden administration. Let me know what you think. Let me quickly move over to the comment section and see what's going on here. You're welcome, Norcar. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. So there's a lot of intense stuff going on. What's up, Mark? But folks, let me leave you with some important messages, and I'll be back with a review of the executive orders by President Biden. So I'll leave you with some important messages now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I want you to know that you are greatly appreciated. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn a little bit more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. We are all Americans first. I want you to know that I work very hard on this channel because I want to give you the latest information about the country that in turn impacts the economy, the day-to-day functioning of the country, and then by extension your money. I encourage you to get on our SMS list, get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you'll get added to our SMS alerts list moving forward. You can opt out of the SMS list at any point in time that you want. We'll send you breaking news and alerts on your cell phone, and you can opt out of them at any time you want. Also, please get on our email list. To get on our email list, simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. We look forward to having you as part of our growing community. Now, you can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. You can also, if you like, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. The unique thing about Twitter, and you'll see my Twitter page on your screen right now. The unique thing about Twitter is you'll see what I'm reading. I retweet in real time. You'll be able to essentially follow along with me. So I encourage you to follow me on Twitter because our Twitter community is growing very, very rapidly. Speaking of community, I encourage you to comment below and become a part of our growing community. One of the things I'm proud about is the fact that our community is intelligent, bipartisan, respectful, and our community is growing very, very rapidly. So I invite you to join our community. I think you'll love it. Also, please share this video with just 2 friends or family members. Share this video with 2 friends or family members, and that tells the YouTube algorithm that you found the content helpful. I would appreciate that. You'll find the links to all of our resources in the description section below. And one final thing, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. That does help out the YouTube algorithm. Look, folks, I've been covering a lot of different types of information. So I cover stimulus information where I talk about lots of money. I've been covering politics where I talk about everything that went on with Trump, everything that's now going on with President Biden, everything that's going on between Speaker Pelosi, everything that's going on between the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, and the new Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, and the new balance of power in the United States, which is that the Democrats having control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. But they need to work, and they should work with the Republicans, because the best decisions come about when both sides work together. I'm hoping that every day can be a party atmosphere and we can be dancing together. Now, those were my dancing skills. No, but seriously, I want to make sure that you have the right information to manage your money. And then I want to give you the right information as far as politics is going on, as far as all these players, President Biden, House Speaker Pelosi, the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, what all of these individuals are doing and the impact that it has on the economy, which by extension has an impact on your money. So I'm covering all this in detail and trying to bring you the information so it's easy for you to understand. So please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time.